It's Tuesday, the 23rd of February, and here's your construction and demolition news briefing. Demolition firms are apparently on a recruitment drive. Komatsu has unveiled its midi marvel. Keltbray even has underlined its carbon commitment. And Thames Valley Police have issued a largely meaningless statement on the Didcot disaster that happened 5 years ago today. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. As you may have noticed if you were here yesterday, we're just 2 shows in and already the format is changing. I wasn't particularly happy with how the transitions looked yesterday, so I had a one-person planning meeting, established a one-person working party, and established a one-person design team. Just 24 hours later, those issues have been resolved. Such are the joys of being a one-man broadcasting empire. Now, let's take a closer look at those headline stories. One of the first things you learn as a journalist is to read the signs. And one of the early indicators that all is not well at a single company is when we start to receive multiple CVs and job applications from employees seeking alternative employment. Conversely, one of the key indicators that the industry garden is looking a little more rosy is when companies hit the recruitment trail. Well, judging by the last 24 hours or so, that garden must look pretty damn rosy right about now. Those of you that joined us yesterday will know that the BC Live League table, the only real-time list of construction contract awards, was at £6.6 billion for the month of February yesterday. Today, it stands at an astonishing £7.1 billion. That's an additional £500 million in new contract awards in a single day. And in the past 24 hours or so, City Demolition, Downwell and R. Collard have all started the hunt to expand and strengthen their respective teams. That's great news for them and obviously great news for the wider industry because we do tend to sort of cross-fertilise as an industry as well. So if you're in the market for a change of employer, you can find out more on LinkedIn. Just search for UK Demolition Jobs, or alternatively visit the website of R. Collard, of Downwell and of City Demolition to find out more. Now, any uptick in demolition demand is going to require equipment, and Komatsu, it would appear, has got you covered. The company has just unveiled the PC88MR-11. That's a mouthful. A midi excavator that builds on the reputation of the equally difficult to say -10 model. Here's what she looks like. Apparently, a tight tail swing makes the new unit ideal for operation on confined sites, which, let's face it, demolition often is. You can find out more details on this machine over on our diggersandozers.com website. Apparently, it features a stage 5 compliant diesel engine delivering 50.7 kilowatts of power and comes factory fitted with a Lenhoff power tilt option as well. So it looks like a good piece of equipment for the money. Now, let's have a look what's up. What else is new? Obviously, that Komatsu is designed to be clean running, and so apparently are the good folks at Keltbray. The company has just announced that it has achieved Carbon Trust standard for carbon certification. The Carbon Trust standard for carbon recognises businesses and organisations that are taking real action on climate change by reducing their own carbon emissions year on year. As part of the certification process, Keltbray was required to demonstrate how it is taking measures to reduce carbon across the organisation, primarily through the reduction of gas, oil and diesel. The certification confirms that Keltbray has achieved an absolute carbon reduction of 9.7% from its energy-related activities and scored 61% on its carbon management performance, which is quite a remarkable achievement. We've had a comment in. Good morning, Ken. Good to see you here. Now, let's get back to the mainstream of things because I'm just, as you can tell, I'm fudging at the moment. Now, give you a quick look at this. Now, when I designed that T-shirt almost 5 years ago, I had no idea that I'd still be wearing it today or that it would still be in any way relevant. But here we are, 1,826 days after the worst and most deadly demolition disaster in living memory. And our global understanding of precisely what happened at the Didcot A power station 5 years ago today is no further forward. Thames Valley Police, the police authority charged with investigating an incident in which 4 demolition workers were killed, has issued a trite and largely meaningless statement that merely underscores the lack of progress in that investigation. I'll talk about that more in a second, but Thames Valley Police Deputy Chief Constable Jason Hogg has said, "Our thoughts as always remain with the family and friends of Michael Collins, Ken Cresswell, Christopher Huxtable and John Shaw, who lost their lives during the partial collapse at the Didcot A power station. 5 years has passed since the incident which claimed these men's lives. As from day one, we continue to investigate with the same focus, dedication, and a commitment to find out what led to the deaths of the 4 men and to obtain answers for their families." You can read that full statement over on demolitionnews.com. Later today, we will be marking the 5th anniversary of the Didcot disaster with a premiere of a new film that's my personal recollection of a tragic event that has largely marked my journalistic career. I'm going to show you a very quick trailer. Here's what the film is going to look like.
5 years ago tomorrow, I was stood on this exact spot. The worst demolition disaster in living memory. Collapsed boiler house.
Didcot A.
Fire and rescue team.
There's been 1 fatality. They're confirming 1 fatality.
Demolition worker is confirmed dead.
The 4 men killed on that tragic day. 1,826 days ago. That's a memory that's stuck with me ever since.
Now, if you'd like to see the full film, which is considerably longer than that, please visit demolitionnews.com at 4:04 p.m. today. And I know it sounds like a strange time, but the accident happened at approximately 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we want to allow you and us a minute's silence for each of the 4 men that perished on the worst day, the darkest day in UK demolition history. If you can't make 4:04 today, we will be hosting a special live show tonight starting at 6 p.m. We'll be broadcasting on our Facebook page, much the same as we are with this. And you can find us at facebook.com/demolition news. We'd love to see you there. Just one final thing before I go and get things ready for that live stream. I have been approached by a TV company working with a UK charity called Global Citizen. Cut a long story short, they're hoping to film either a school demolition or something that can be made to look like a school demolition, and they're hoping to do it within the next month. So if you're currently involved in the school demolition project or something that looks even remotely like a school, if you squint really hard, please let me know. I think charities have been among the worst hit and the hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, but their work is still vital, and we'd love to be able to help them out. That wraps up the official part of this brand new daily show. But you may have spotted something on Demolition News, the occasional call to buy me a coffee. Now, since I rarely drink coffee, I think I better tell you a little bit more. Here at Demolition News, we're in a period of transition, I guess. We're still committed to bringing you daily updates on demolitionnews.com to keep you abreast of the latest industry news. We obviously remain committed to producing the Demolition magazine. In fact, the next edition goes to the printers in the next 48 hours or so. But we are also pioneering new ways of engaging, informing and entertaining our global demolition industry audience. Now, our previous activities, the magazine and the website and various other bits and pieces, have always been free of charge because the sale of advertising covers our costs. Here in the video and audio sphere, however, we don't yet have that luxury. So we've established a page on a website called buymeacoffee.com that allows our readers, viewers and listeners and fans, if you like, to effectively leave us a tip. It's not compulsory, far from it, and we're certainly not looking to retire on the proceeds. But if you would like to help support us for the price of a cup of coffee, or in my case, a cup of tea, and if and only if you can afford it, then we'd be very grateful. And on that subject, here's what she looks like.
If you enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us. Go to buymeacoffee.com/demolition news.
Now, we'll be back here again with this show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. once again. We'll be hosting our Didcot live stream at 6 p.m. this evening. And as I said, demolitionnews.com at 4:04 p.m. this afternoon to see the premiere of our recollections of Didcot 5 years on. I hope you can join us for one or both or all of them. But until then, have a great day. Today, more than any other day, it's required for me to say stay safe. It is a tough day out there, and it is a reminder of the fact that demolition is potentially very, very hazardous. So please stay safe, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for joining us.